Off we go then on another 10-month journey together. It starts here in Toronto. We all hope it'll end at Wembley Stadium next May. All manner of ups and downs for us to negotiate between now and then. But this our first chance to catch a glimpse of the United vintage for 2010-11. And results, of course, aren't everything in pre-season, but when it's United against Celtic, well, there's added spice.
Scottish club against an English club, there always has.
Well, no one better to be watching this game alongside than the man who played with distinction for both clubs, Mr. Crowran for Celtic and United. And Ryan Giggs, who, wherever we've been in the early stages of this tour, in Chicago and here in Toronto, I think he gets the biggest cheer of anybody. Ryan Giggs. I really do appreciate the chance to see United legend. And this arena, Paddy, this Rogers Centre.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It is fantastic. Toronto Blue Jays play here normally at the baseball club, although they do host some American football games as well. It's a concert venue, very, very versatile. But tonight it's hosting Manchester United against Celtic. Giggs and Scholes linking up beautifully.
No, not hard enough, Paul.
Wilson, Brown. Away by Ronier, looking for Fortuné. But there's Chris Smalling. And let it go back to Edwin van der Sar.
I give him a touch, Edwin.
You want an early touch.
Yeah.
Here's Paul Scholes. You see Fortuné, he didn't play in the Philadelphia Union game a couple of days ago, but he's starting tonight, the big Frenchman, formerly of West Brom. Fabio starting on the left-hand side. Paul Scholes already pulling the strings in the centre of midfield, looking for Oberton, who's an absolute flying machine. Diouf is in the centre, collected by Zaluska.
Yeah, not the best of balls. Have to be a little bit quicker than that if you want to beat the goalkeeper.
Good to see Gabriel Oberton in action. Only 5 starts last season, 8 substitute appearances. Fortuné, not too much on that. Breakdown in communication between him and James Forrest, the 19-year-old who's slotting in on the right-hand side. That is a...
I don't think he'd been too pleased with that so early on in the game. That was a long burst for that.
Paul Scholes, some suggestions it could be his last campaign. I do hope not, because Paul Scholes was outstanding last season, and he drills another ball looking for Diouf. Powerful header. Fletcher breaking forward, and now Berbatov. Oberton. Charlie Muldrew for company. Oberton. The ball taken off his toe. Fabio. And then Maloney. Here's Wilson moving up the right-hand side. The Celtic, bit of a clumsy challenge there by Diouf.
I might have got a touch in the ball, but I think he got more of the man. You see, he gets a touch in the ball, but he takes the player with him as well. Wilson, yeah, well, he didn't get a touch in the ball, did he?
Not much of one, it's fair to say. Here's Scott Brown, the terrier in the centre of midfield. Well, if this was a competitive game, Scott Brown against Paul Scholes would be...
Oh, dear me. Interesting.
Would be lively. There might be the odd card. You never know. There still might be the odd card.
Yeah, right.
Berbatov across chums down the Irishman.
Fabio already.
Wilson missed most of last season, Mark Wilson, with injury. Celtic, of course, under the new manager Neil Lennon, appointed permanently last month after being caretaker at the end of last season of the ill-fated regime of Tony Mowbray. Here's Scholes. Now Berbatov. Oberton. Straight at Maloney. Muldrew, one of the Celtic new signings from Aberdeen. Fortuné. This is neat build-up play.
And a good bit of passion by Celtic. Just as you see that.
Almost gave it away. Forrest back up the line to Wilson. Here's Brown. Good support from Crossas and Ledley. Foot in there from Johnny Evans. Giggs. Nice flick. Here's Fletcher. Went around 360 degrees there, Darren Fletcher. Smalling to Raphael. The twins turned 20 over the summer, the grand old age of 20. I just wonder if those twins are going to be a feature of this United back four for about the next 10 years, Paddy.
Possibilities of that, aren't there? They're two very good players, if you can distinguish which is which.
Well, that's the problem. Here's Wilson looking for Fortuné. Dangerous looking ball, actually.
Terrific ball in that. Not so sure Fortuné thought it was going to get all the way through.
Good run from attacking fullback Wilson. Dimitar Berbatov now for United. Here's Fletcher. But the pitch, and it was only laid yesterday, very, very dry earlier this afternoon. They've been heavily watering it in the last couple of hours. Fabio kept it in. Gets a good cross in as well.
Yeah, he done terrific there.
Corner kick. Good header away, actually.
Well,
by
I think
Darren
Wilson at fullback thought the ball had gone out.
Fabio, great attacking intent. I mean, you couldn't have two more attacking fullbacks, could you, than Fabio and Raphael, as Ryan Giggs comes across and gets, frankly, a bit of a standing ovation. He takes the corner.
Yeah, for the Celtic fans as well.
Just see there the height of the stands in this magnificent Rogers Centre. Giggs takes it, looking for Scholes. Scholes on the volley. Pre-season rust there from Paul Scholes. Fabio driving into the area. Clever play. Evans stayed forward. Scholes always available.
Just trying to thread the needle there, Paul.
Good ball. On here. Fortuné on the left-hand side. Brown coming forward. Wilson busting a gut to get into the box as well. Fortuné, that's weak. Pass back.
A good long reach, Edwin van der Sar. Oh, and that's not a bad kick, because we know if it goes into that space, Diouf is quick.
Wilson, Joe Ledley. Bosman signing from Cardiff City, where he enjoyed great success. Scored in the playoff final against Blackpool, actually, Joe Ledley. That was his last game. Great challenge by Raphael.
Oh, he got a dead ball. I thought that was a corner. Surely a corner.
Well, it looked like it.
It's a corner or a free kick, one or the other.
Well, they're making that point to our referee, Mr. Petrescu. Looked like a good challenge, and it looked like a corner kick. Anyway, we'll take it. Here's Scholes. Giggs. Ryan Giggs looked to score in his 21st consecutive season for Manchester United. Frightening, really, just goes on and on forever. Smalling. Remarkable story, Smalling. 2 years ago, he was playing for Maidstone, and then 19 appearances later for Fulham, he becomes a Manchester United player. It's dream stuff for the young man.
Without question.
Fabio. Scholes. Fletcher. To Smalling. Around 6'5", the England under-21 international. Overton, that's out for the United throw. Fletcher.
It's going to come to the left back.
Scholes. But Fabio to his left, he plays it to Giggs. Giggs back to Evans now. Scholes. I think Fortuné fancied that too much, as Scholes played it to Smalling. Johnny Evans, Paul Scholes, Chris Smalling, you'd imagine must be a threat at set pieces.
Well, the one good thing about him, he's quite happy on the ball.
Looks it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Fletcher, there'll be inevitable comparisons with Rio Ferdinand, you would have thought. Chris Smalling. If he's half as good a player as Rio Ferdinand, we might have a good signing on our hands here.
It's not a quick pace, the game, as you can imagine. And
the pitch is slow, isn't it?
yeah, when Celtic get, well, rather than United get the ball, Celtic are getting a lot of people behind the ball, which is making it difficult.
It has been oppressively hot for United ever since they arrived in Chicago on Monday. Done some great training in really testing conditions. Here's Overton, who's come in from that right-hand side.
Well, he's fouled, has he?
Goes down, referee says play on. Still Overton goes
tremendous.
On. Strong play from the Frenchman. Finds Ryan Giggs. Berbatov and Diouf in the centre. Lovely play from Giggs. Overton. Great skill. Overton.
Oh, he's miskicked it. Great bit of play between him and Giggs. He doesn't catch it properly. A little bit of argument amongst the Celtic defenders, but to be fair, that's a good bit of skill. A little back heel. He just miskicks this. Doesn't get the contact on it he wants. As they would say in Glasgow, he schleifed it. Sclifed it, yeah. The manager would understand that, you won't. If there's anybody in Glasgow watching, they'll understand it.
Tell you what, Scott Brown wasn't happy, was he, at the beginning of vigorous inquest there?
Wasn't happy with the defenders.
So you think Mark Crossas got turned very, very easily by Overton. Fletcher, United the dominant force already in this game. Fletcher looking for Manjus. Giggs inside the area. Berbatov is there as well. This is it towards Berbatov, who goes up, wins the header.
Oh, I thought we were going to knock it back across the goal. Ryan Giggs was in there. I don't think Ryan will be too happy with you, Berbert. Yeah, you see this ball in. I think Ryan's in there hoping it gets knocked back across the goal. It doesn't. That's easy when you're up here, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great ball in. And he's unchallenged. He doesn't get the contact he wants.
Scored a couple of goals against Celtic, Dimitar Berbatov, 2 years ago in the Champions League when United won 3-0 at Old Trafford. United played Celtic on their US tour in 2003 and 4. They actually lost to Celtic in Philadelphia last time out in 2004, but beat them 4-0 in Seattle in 03. I wonder what we'll see here tonight. Certainly United have started very confidently. Ledley.
Look at the ball, that's the goalkeeper's ball.
Fortuné.
Oh no, it stopped.
Evans comes across. Really,
I tell you, the ball stopped amazingly, didn't it?
Yes, there's no... It doesn't really suit United's passing game. It's not slick at all.
You'd bet your life that was going to go through to the goalkeeper.
It was very dry, this pitch, when we went on it this afternoon. Sir Alex.
They relayed it with what? Is it a plastic pitch or is it a...
No, I think it's a turf pitch, but it's a temporary surface. Sir Alex looking on there. Juve almost causes Aluska a major problem there. Giggs wins it back. United looking very hungry. Giggs goes for goal. And that would have brought the house down.
That's a bit adventurous there.
It's Neil Lennon, former Celtic captain. Only 38. Actually, he did well when he took over from Tony Mowbray in March. He won all 8 of their games in the SPL, but a very significant defeat against Ross County in the Scottish Cup semi-final.
That was a blow.
But he was a player who liked to put his foot in, wasn't he, Neil Lennon?
Look at Ryan, at his age, still quite willing to come back and defend.
Evans got shoved off the ball there by Scott Brown. All nice friendly handshakes.
Look behind you.
Scott Brown, who got a red card against Rangers last season. No surprise there, really, is there?
Oh, well, he's a tackling midfield player. You're always going to get in trouble sometimes if you miss challenge. Oh, so no, he didn't expect it to get through there, Berbatov.
Well, Ronnier got lucky there.
That was a great ball, that, as well.
The Norwegian centre-back Thomas Ronnier just missed it completely.
Yeah, it was a great ball. The pace beat him.
Here's Brown. The Celtic to Wilson. Free kick given.
A bit of pushing by Johnny Evans.
Celtic are going to play Sporting Lisbon at Boston's legendary Fenway Park next week. They've already played Philadelphia Union. They're going to play the Seattle Sounders in a couple of days as well. But then they come back to Glasgow. They've got to get on with a Champions League qualifier against Sporting Braga of Portugal. Draw was done today, and that's a tough one.
That's a big one for them. Very important to get something out of that. Or well, get through. Never mind something there, but get through.
They're away first. Such a big impact on Celtic's income, really, is whether they're in the Champions League or not. That's good from Smalling. Really composed.
Yeah, confident in the ball, isn't he?
Right, they've got a player who clearly likes bringing the ball out of defence.
Not afraid of it. Well, some of the players he's playing with. It does help.
And as the United centre-back, he's probably not going to be quite as busy as he was at Fulham. Chance to express himself more, you'd have thought. Scholes.
It's a hell of a ball, that, isn't it?
Look at that. Glorious.
He's going to take him on as well.
Overton takes on Mowbray. Oh, turns him inside out. Great skill from the Frenchman. Finds Juve. Juve got underneath it.
I tell you, young McGrew was very lucky that he didn't touch Overton.
I think he probably did get a touch.
He did get a touch, but not enough. If this had been somebody else, he would go down. He comes out. I think he gets a little touch on him, not much. A little dummy. There he gets the touch there.
Tell you what,
If he goes down, that's a penalty.
That is a penalty.
Yeah. If he goes down.
Charlie Mulgrew was totally perplexed there.
What do you think Robin would have done there?
He would have pulled an agonised face and rolled over about 5 times. But having said all that, he's a top player, isn't he? Arjen Robben. Fabio heads it away. In goes Scott Brown. Now Fortuné. In goes Scholes. Brown and Fletcher together. No one will pull out of a challenge there. In goes Juve as well. Scott Brown does well. Kept possession very well there. Celtic. Maloney, second spell at Celtic. Maloney, Marina, ill-fated spell at Villa. Mulgrew, crossing opportunity, a very, very deep one, and nodded behind by Fabio for a corner.
Yeah, he had to get that. Brown was right behind him, going full tilt.
Good ball in.
Yeah, if he doesn't get, that's a good ball in from Mulgrew. If he doesn't get it, Fabio Brown gets it. An important touch.
Good defensive header. I just heard a vuvuzela.
Oh dear me, who's bringing that anywhere?
I thought we'd seen the back of them. Anyway, corner kick. Celtic's first of the game, straight to Van der Sar. A little bit of a shove.
Oh, you should have been looking there, Overton. No.
Berbatov. Lovely skill, I'd love that. Overton switched to the left for now. Here is the Frenchman. Berbatov wants it played back to him, and he gets it back. Juve's in the centre.
He'll take him on as well, I think.
Berbatov takes on Wilson. Held up. Fabio.
To his brother. He's going to take him on as well.
Can't help himself, but he goes down. And tries the challenge. It goes wrong, and Celtic have the ball. But Raphael dived in there, got a block on it. Fortunate. I think United clearly the more dangerous of the two sides in the early stages here, Paddy.
Yes, he's had most of the ball.
Wilson was chopped there by Fabio. Free kick.
He did beat him too well, Wilson. Yeah, he beats him too well here. He just makes a wild challenge at him. Nowhere near the ball. Premier League game, you get booked for that.
So another Celtic free kick. Chance to get some big men forward. Darren O'Dea and Ronier as well.
Could be a dangerous in-swinger, this.
Mulgrew, who is all left-footed, is going to swing this in towards Fortuné, but it doesn't get over the head of Fletcher, who can clear.
Good ball.
Celtic building. Good run from Maloney, but can't get past Scholes. He won the ball cleanly. Fletcher.
Good ball. So that's a terrific ball.
If only Berbatov could have taken that.
As he controls that, he'd be in behind the Celtic back four. Yeah. Do you know how to swear in Bulgarian? No. You might have learned it there if you get a bit closer.
A lightning break there. There's Lucas Saluska, who Celtic signed from Dundee United a year ago. He did play 18 times last season. And now he's got a chance to really establish himself. Artur Boruc, who was virtually never present really in the last 5 years, sold to Fiorentina this week. Certainly rumours that Aidan McGeady's going to leave as well. He's not on this tour because of injury.
Yeah, oh, is it because of injury?
Yeah. Stephen McManus, another player sold by Celtic. Brown. Good skill from Brown. Driving the way through. Cross blocked. Celtic have a throw, improving here. The Scots. Mulgrew again with the ball in. That's a good corner. Over away by Chris Smalling. Hasn't done much wrong so far, has he, Chris Smalling? Fitted in nicely. Yeah. Sean Maloney goes across to take this corner kick for Celtic. Fortunately comes to the near post. Headed away well. Towards the edge of the box, time to line up a shot. That could have gone anywhere, actually.
Well, I think Juice got a bang in his head there. It was him that headed it away. Bang for his pains.
Maloney again takes on Giggs. Free kick goes United's way.
Just a little tug at Ryan's jersey.
United, just a flying visit to
yeah, he's
Toronto.
a tricky customer all the same. He's always wanting to take you on, Maloney.
Yeah.
Doesn't get by. You don't get by all the time when you take people on, but if you do and you're in near the penalty box, you create problems.
Maloney's season was wrecked by injury last year. Didn't play after October. Scholes. Yes, United leave tomorrow for Philadelphia. Plays Philadelphia Union Wednesday night live, of course, on MUTV. Fabio. Now Fletcher for United. Looking for Giggs. He wasn't a favourite to get there. He still did.
That's going out. He's always a willing runner, all the same, Ryan. You're a bit unlucky.
Well, he didn't think he took the ball out.
And the crowd not happy with the linesman.
Let's have a look.
I think it just goes out here, just at the second. Is it this one?
No.
No, it didn't go out. No, it didn't go out. They all cross half the white line, isn't it?
Fabio. This is good from United. And that's a corner. Young James Forrest coming back to put the ball out.
Yeah, they're having to work hard, Celtic.
0-0, approaching the midway point of this first half. United's first game of their pre-season tour. And Giggs is going to take this corner kick. Very, very deep. Bit of climbing from
Use his arms, his hand rather. No, like he's really giving himself a little bit of a run. He won't need to use his hands.
Joe Ledley settling into life as a Celtic player. Not the best of kicks out from Zaluska. Giving the ball straight back to United.
Yeah, he's trying to gain 5 or 6 yards there, young Fabio. Can't do that.
Scholes. Smalling. Berbatov. Spin on that, but then Overton couldn't keep it in. Here's the throw. Back to Zaluska. Youth was threatening to close him down there. Scott Brown bringing it forward. He's got support on the right from Wilson. To Brown. Fortuné. With Johnny Evans. Fortuné's going to get there, though. Corner.
Yeah, he's had a real last-ditch challenge there, John, to block the shot. Maybe the ball performing a few tricks there for Johnny Evans. Yeah, he just touches it onto Fortuné and just get back enough to block it.
Fortuné got 12 goals last season for Celtic. Tony Mowbray signing. Mulgrew with this corner kick for Celtic. Van der Sar just paws it away.
Throw in.
Nowhere to go, really, Maloney, with this throw. He's going to get another chance. Mulgrew. Fletcher with him. He made a bit of a mess of that. Celtic. United can break now. Let's take the throw quickly. Berbatov. Couldn't keep it in. Out for the throw. Big season coming
a
up.
bit of support there.
Big season coming up for Dimitar Berbatov. 12 goals in 43 appearances in the last campaign. I'm sure he'd like to up his goals ratio. Take some of the heat off Wayne Rooney, who has been given a bit of extra rest along with United's other World Cup players. See, when you consider who's not here, not a bad team really. Ferdinand, Neville, Vidic, Owen, Anderson, Valencia, Hargreaves, Park, Everett, all not here. Rooney. Another dangerous ball in, looking for Fortuné. Won the header, but it's going to be a United ball. Michael Carrick not here either. Nani is here, but just need to check his collarbone injury before he can play. I think he's hopefully playing in Philadelphia Wednesday night. Scholes. A throw. Incredible to think down the years the amount of times United and Celtic met in friendlies and testimonials, but it was only 4 years ago that we met competitively for the first time in the Champions League.
Oh, they had a ball for you. They had a ball for you.
Scholes to Giggs, glorious. Good control as well. Giggs blocked.
Yeah, you think with the success here that Celtic have had as well, it would have met, but no.
Well, it's that game at Old Trafford, 3-2 United won. Louis Zaha got a couple. And then the return game, United, I seem to remember battering Celtic, we lost 1-0. Nakamura.
Missed a penalty.
Nakamura scored and Zaha missed a penalty. Of course, they have met since then in the Champions League. United winning 3-0 at Old Trafford. 1-1 Celtic Park. Just saw a glimpse there of the CN Tower, which towers over this stadium, literally right next to it. And we were lucky enough to go up the CN Tower a bit earlier on today. Went up with some of the United coaching staff. Mick Phelan, Rennie Moulenstein, Eric Steele.
Not me.
And you can look down on this stadium and, well, you are 550 metres high. It's fair to say it's scary. Fortuné drives into the area. Given Johnny Evans quite a tough time. Johnny Evans did his job well there. Corner given.
Yeah, he did. It's a difficult task for defenders, particularly inside the box when forwards are running at you. You've got to be dead sure.
Johnny Evans' brother Corey, of course, is on the trip as well.
Yeah, you've got to be dead sure here. If you're not sure, you can very easily give away a penalty kick.
Short corner taken, Wilson. So his fellow fullback Mulgrew. Well, that's not a great ball from Maloney because he's one of the shortest men on the field. Back in by Ledley. Straight to Fletcher, couldn't control it properly. Doesn't want to lose it there. And Maloney, he's got clever feet.
He did well there, Joe Fisney. The pace got him through, and see that it falls over. That's overhit.
Johnny Evans clears. Obertan's a dangerous out ball if they can find him. Scott Brown and Wilson. Back to Zaluska. There's Ronier. Darren O'Dea. Mulgrew straight to Raphael, who picks out Berbatov. Now Giggs. This is Scholes.
You should have stayed wide. You should have stayed wide. Come in too early, Jeff. Come in far too early.
Barcelona. Fortuné, Crossas again. Brown. Brown certainly looked the likeliest for Celtic to create something, charging from midfield.
Oh, look at Obertan go. Look at Obertan go.
He's in here. Zaluska stays on his line. Obertan!
Oh. Was that a cross or a shot?
Only he will know the answer, but it was a great chance, the best one of the half.
Aye, because he didn't make up his mind when he was going to shoot across. Yeah, Brown loses it, and look at the pace of Obertan. Not going to catch him. And all you've got to do is pick out a pass, and he's not sure now. Should I play it? I think he's played it in probably. Maybe I'm wrong. He's got caught in two. No, maybe he's at a shot. I'm caught in two minds as well. Yeah, I'm caught in two minds as well. It just shows you the pace of him.
Devastating pace, Gabriel Obertan. Only 21, remember. Chance that was. The goalkeeper didn't know whether to stick or twist there, did he? Juve. What a nice touch. Berbatov. Dimitar Berbatov's opened up for him. Berbatov!
Oh, how has he not scored? How has he not scored? It opened up for him. The ball through from Ryan. Juve lays it off. Look at the space he's got now. All he can do is hit the target, and he doesn't hit the target. That maybe the goalie made it difficult for him. Yeah, you'd have fancied it to score there, wouldn't you?
Great chance. 2 in 2 minutes. For United, that's livening things up. Giggs. Lovely footwork by Giggs. The crowd loved it. Sadly, played the ball into space and there was nobody there.
Not Berbatov take the ball, that.
Berbatov scored a couple of goals a year ago in United's pre-season tour in Asia. I'd love to get on the score sheet here tonight in Toronto.
Pardon me, he's quite sharp Smalling as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
You just say where you are, Chris, like he's the generation. Get on with it.
Scholes. Always looking to pick somebody out. Won't play a hurried ball.
Yeah, it's not on. Keep possession.
Johnny Evans. Fletcher. Overtime. Berbatov.
Oh, there's a push there.
Got a bit buffeted there, didn't he? Free kick then. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, he gets pushed. No argument about that. Sean Maloney, you're not getting by there.
Not the most physical of specimens, Sean Maloney, but it was enough.
He's a strongly built lad.
It's Fletcher. Free kick taken quickly. Looking for Berbatov, but cleared by Ronier.
Well, that many Celtic players back there.
Raphael. Here's Giggs. Scholes. Giggs and Scholes really running the show here.
Yeah, but they're getting very advanced, United. I'm talking about everybody.
Overtime.
Look at Scholes, he's dropped off now.
Evans. Fabio's drilled it. Too much on that.
Right.
A rush of blood to the head there from Fabio. A few injuries in his time as United player, Fabio. Only 13 appearances for the first team.
And the fortunate thing, Stuart, when you're young, you get over them quickly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that, would you? A bit late for you now.
Let's just, you and I, let's just get this straight, Paddy. When you played here for United against Celtic, yeah. I wasn't born. So don't mention you and I in the same breath. Zaluska. Darren Adi. Maloney. Here's Wilson, Glasgow-born Celtic fan. Process. Brown.
Easy.
Paul Scholes nibbling his ankles, it's fair to say. Brown again. Thomas Ronier, he's only 20, young man at the heart of the Celtic defence. Evans clears, now here's Scholes. Overtime. Overtime going through. Kept his feet well. And here's Juve. Juve's ball looking for Berbatov. Berbatov brings it down. Berbatov! United up and running on their tour of North America. Dimitar Berbatov with a terrific finish. The goal was coming, and it's come. United 1, Celtic 0.
Well, he's lost his balance to a certain degree, Obertan. But I think the control of Berbatov is tremendous. This is a difficult ball to control and create a shot for himself. He's did well, Obertan. This ball in from Juve. I mean, control and hit. That is awkward, that. You ask any striker, that's bloody good skill for you, that. Terrific skill, that.
Finish wasn't bad either, was it? After
no,
what he missed.
Terrific. I mean, the first touch and the second touch, that's terrific, that. Yeah, you've got to say it's been coming. It's been one way for quite some time.
Great goal from Dimitar Berbatov. So the first goal of United's tour. Fortuné. Was asking an awful lot of Forest.
Yeah, it was.
It's a United throw. Hasn't really been able to get into the game. James Forrest, the 19-year-old on the right-hand side of the front three.
Well, they're not getting a lot of the ball because United are dominating, aren't they?
Scholes back to Van der Sar.
Oh, don't pick it up, Evan. What are you doing?
That would have been a free kick. Evans.
He's enjoying himself out there, Paul, isn't he?
He's absolutely relishing every minute.
More touches than anybody.
Well, you think last season, Paddy, he got 7 goals, and that was his best tally for 3 seasons.
Look at that for another ball. The season's not even started.
Giggs, Berbatov. I thought he was excellent last season. He got some really crucial goals, including...
Well, I think it was important when he didn't play all the games and the manager used him sparingly.
Fletcher's looking for Juve. It's a good ball as well. Berbatov could be in again here, and away we're down again.
Yeah, you just wish Paul Scholes was 21, don't you?
Yeah, you do. An unbelievable player. Bear in mind, he's had some bad injuries in his time, and he's still playing, getting on for 650 times for the club. One of the greats.
Without question.
Johnny Evans, able to get forward. Fabio is always forward.
Well, this fellow will take you on.
Wilson got the block on that and actually won the throw. Must have ricocheted back off for the young Brazilian.
He looks very young, that kid as well.
James Forrest, just 19, just made a couple of sub appearances for the first team. Well, did score in his debut actually as a sub. Just a kid.
Must have given a shout there, Chris. No one was getting that.
Smalling, Fletcher, and now Scholes. Fletcher. Good movement about United, you know.
Yeah, well, there has to be, because Celtic are making it difficult for them. We've got that many back now. There's 10, including the goalkeeper. You've got to find a way through.
Scholes gets the ball back from Fletcher. Berbatov, Juve. Pretty tight in there.
He just slipped at the last. That was great football, that, but it is very tight.
Pinball, wasn't it? Just pinging it around.
You can't do that.
You
can't do that.
Meaty challenge, a non-friendly challenge in the friendly. Assuring the referee he was going for the ball. So United ahead. Dimitar Berbatov scoring the first goal of this pre-season tour. A tour that's going to take us to Philadelphia, to Kansas, to Houston, and 2 weeks tonight, Mexico, Guadalajara,
and Dublin.
And yeah, we get to go home first, and then Dublin, and then Dublin. We need to recharge our batteries for Dublin. I've heard about that. So you talk about tours, Paddy. I mean, United's first tour of the US was in 1950, where they played 12 games in 6 weeks. Now that's a tour, and they went by boat. That's a tour.
Yeah, and Bob Hope met them off the board.
Just the thought of spending
Somebody asked me who Bob Hope was.
No, it's just the thought of spending 6 weeks with you and playing 12 games. That isn't.
We went to post-season tour to Australia, New Zealand, America, spent 6 weeks. Do you imagine being in my company for 6 weeks? Why are you shaking your head?
What, 1970 was that? But no.
67.
Lovely touch by Berbatov.
No, if he'd have just played it properly, if that would be a proper match, he'd have just sneaked up his right foot over the top of everybody.
Brown just going through some party pieces just for the benefit of the crowd. Forrest, young man, good skill. Fortunate in the centre. And Maloney's there. Maloney's there. Fortunately, still the target.
That's going out and come in, I think.
You'd have thought Celtic would be slightly ahead of United in terms of fitness, because they back pre-season a little bit.
Well, skill plays a big part as well. If you've got players running about, you've not got the ball, there's nothing worse.
Well, it was a disaster for them last season. 6 points to finish behind Rangers. Losing to Ross County in the Scottish Cup, losing to Hearts round 4 of the League Cup, knocked out the group stage of the Europa League. It really was a miserable campaign at Parkhead, and be hoping for better things under Neil Lennon.
Are you trying to get my side here by any chance?
Berbatov. Here's Fletcher.
Scores it. Always there, always available.
Always in space.
It's a bit crowded now.
Giggs.
Get a bit of width. There's no width in there.
Fletcher, what a powerful header. He beat Brown to it. Slightly uneasy header away by Darren O'Day, but did the job.
Oh, this could be dangerous.
Closed down by Fletcher into Berbatov.
A lot depended on the bounce there.
Got a bit lucky there with the bounce. Span away from Berbatov. Last 5 minutes of the first half here in Toronto. A very warm evening after a blistering day. You see we're 5 hours behind you. Johnny Evans took no chances there, had to clear and did. This is Maloney. Fortuné. Oh dear, that's a free kick, is it? No.
Well, it's a free kick to me.
I thought Fabio took him down there. Certainly didn't seem to get a touch on the ball.
He sees you, Darren. He sees you.
Berbatov. It's fair to say Neil Lennon didn't agree with that decision not to give a free kick there. He rushed out to the edge of his technical area. And there, hands on hips. Scholes. Whole new coaching staff for Celtic. He's got Johan Mjalby with him, Alan Thompson, Gary Parker, who we played with at Leicester, part of the coaching staff down there for Celtic. Scholes.
Oh, that's another great ball, that, isn't it?
Finds Obertan.
Oh, he's unlucky. Just ran away from Obertan.
Mulgrew. Well played, Chris Smalling.
Well played.
Scholes. Let's make a note of that. Scholes gives the ball away.
Yeah.
Giggs. Fletcher.
Oh, you're asking a lot, Ryan. You're asking a lot.
Fabio.
You've run 40 yards there, Darren.
There's Paul Scholes.
Stay wide and you get it.
Berbatov. He's looking for Juve.
Bit late giving it.
There's Brown then. Forsaf. Mulgrew. Maloney. Wilson. Stop Brown.
No,
this could be
Paul.
nasty. Oh, you thought he was going to dive in there for Scholes, but he didn't. Thank goodness. Ledley. Wide to Mulgrew. Drilled in. Oh.
Wrong side of the post.
Off the outside of the post and behind.
Well, his goalie saved it. He's got a corner. The goalie saved
He didn't
it.
touch it.
I don't think he touched it
No,
either.
Van der Sar
I don't
just
think
saying
anywhere near it.
Clearly he didn't touch
It's
it.
hit with great power.
He didn't
No,
touch
he
it.
didn't touch it, no. I suppose it's...
Good strike by Mulgrew.
Yeah.
New signing from Aberdeen. He got 5 goals last season.
Looked there.
That's where
I
the
think
net
the
is.
goalkeeper realised it was going by.
In comes the corner kick. Unchallenged header away by Dimitar Berbatov. Certainly that's Celtic's best moment, I'd imagine. Mulgrew outside of the post. Fortuné again. Not too many to aim at in the centre. Fortuné couldn't get beyond Fabio.
Pulled her in, tugged.
So how would you sum up United in this first half?
I think they played very well. The passing's been terrific. Dimitar Berbatov might have had 2 at his name rather than 1.
Fletcher.
The unfortunate thing, we might not see Paul Scholes in the second half. He's been terrific this half, hasn't he?
Yes, the problem with pre-season games is you see a raft of substitutions around half-time, and flags up for offside very late.
Oh, that wasn't offside. That's for sure that was.
You can tell this isn't a competitive game because Paddy would be going mad at the linesman and the referee and decisions like that, but he's quite cool about it. Forrest, the ball through. Straight to Van der Sar. Just about to begin his 6th season in the United goal, Edwin Van der Sar. I wonder if it'll be Edwin's last season. He'll be 40 in October, but he just...
Oh, he's a very fit lad, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me he's a great trainer as well.
I wonder if he regrets giving up international football, bearing in mind Holland made a World Cup final. Diouf. Oh, I thought he did well there.
I think he handled it. Maybe that's what the referee's thinking. He got his hands to it. It was coming at him very quickly, actually.
What have you made of Diouf? We've only seen him as a sub in the first team.
He's a threat. Here we are. We'll see this. Does he handle it? No, the referee seems to think so.
I think he did much wrong there, but there you go.
But his pace is a problem for defenders. Always going to be a problem.
Half-time, that's it. And United lead by a goal to nil. Dimitar Berbatov with a neat finish after build-up play from Obertan and Diouf. Bear in mind, Obertan and Berbatov had clear chances that they spurned. The best moment for Celtic was that Mulgrew shot off the outside of the post. So far, so good for United in their pre-season tour. Celtic 0, United 1 at half-time.